Hey folks, welcome back to the farm. Dave's still with us. We're going to work on another project today. We just got his stuff loaded up going back to Tennessee. We'll show you what he's taken. But we're going to start work on this wagon today. Since the farm mall's running good, we need both of these projects done by June. So thought I would do this while we have the help. So stick around. So Dave doesn't have auctions around where he's at like we do here, so I keep a lookout for stuff that he may need for the homestead back in Tennessee. Last year we got him a 3-point quick hitch, and then we also have a 3-point angle blade for him, so he can go home and do some blading with the tractor, because they don't have a box scraper yet or anything like that, so this will work out great for him. So that's going back to Tennessee with Dave. If you're getting some wind noise, I apologize. So here's our wagon. What I want to do is I want to lower the profile of the wagon. It used to be a dump wagon, so it had pivot points up here and then a stand here to make it level. So we picked up the front with the tractor. We're going to remove these brackets, and then we'll do it one at a time, front and rear. Get these brackets off so this wagon will sit all the way down on the wagon gear down here. So that's the process. We've got the torch out because these are old rusty crusty bolts. So we're not going to mess around with wrenches or none of that. We're just going to burn these babies off. Woohoo! Down. Sweet. There we go. All right, we got our front spacer out. It's good heavy steel we can use for another project somewhere. So we just have to let the front end down on the frame. We'll move to the back, take the tension off. I think we'll cut these bolts off first, so that way we can lift up off of the frame and then work on these.
I'll just push right on out.
Got those two lower ones down there we still got to do.
Yep.
Might be hot, be careful. Sweet, we should be able to lift this up now and knock that bracket off.
Yep.
Can I let her back down?
I got to get it out of there.
All right.
Wait.
All right, we got her lowered down on the frame. Let me know what you folks think. I think this is a much better height for behind the cub. And we won't need as much of a step for people to get in the back once we make that walk-through portion here in the back. We'll probably, for young people, we wouldn't even need a step. They could hop right up there, but we'll probably go with one step just so it's comfortable in case we got anybody that's maybe a little older that wants to ride back here that needs a step. So we're going to eventually cut through here we'll extend these out so we can put a brace here to keep this from wobbling, and then we'll make a pass-through, walk-through gate here. Now we're going to replace the bottom in this wagon because we're rusted through in some areas. So I'm thinking, while I have the torch out here, I'm going to go ahead and burn these angle iron bolts off, because I'm putting a new piece of angle iron here all the way around, so I have something for the bottom to adhere to, because this angle here is part of the old bottom. So we'll get a piece of like 2-inch by quarter or 3/16 or even 1/8 inch probably angle iron and put here, and that way we have something to fasten the new floor to on the inside. Dave's knocking the rest of these bolts loose. I've got them all cut. Got all the bottom ones cut. We figured out this frame is welded to the bottom of the wagon, so I just cut these bolts here because we won't need those later. And then I took the nuts off of here, so that whole frame will drop with the bottom of the wagon. And then the front of the wagon is not connected to the bottom, so we don't have to worry about that. So this side's all loose. So my pallet forks will not go clear across the wagon, so we won't be able to lift it up with that. And I can't go underneath because the bottom needs to fall off. So what we'll probably do is we'll get Kelly's quad out, we'll hook it up, we'll take this into the barn, we'll lift up the front with the 2 chain hoists, and I'll lift up the back with the tractor, and that should allow that bottom to fall off. That's good, Dave. Okay, we got the chain hoist. We've lifted off the frame here. We're going to go get the tractor and pick up the back. We've got the bin loose from the wagon, so we're going to pull out from underneath it now. All right, here we go. So now I think Dave and I can lift this off, and then we'll run the wagon gear back underneath, set it back on. We've got the wagon back outside. We've grabbed the bottom with the forks on the tractor. We're going to get all this gunk off of here, and then we're going to flip it over because our channel irons are welded underneath, and we want to use those again for stability. We're going to put new bolts in these brackets, put those back on because they stabilize the side of the wagon. So we'll have to flip this thing over and cut those welds to get this bottom loose. And then I'll probably cut this in half so it'll fit in the truck. We can take it to the scrap yard, get paid for some scrap metal. Got her flipped over. We're going to take some time out and hitch Dave up because they're leaving early in the morning. They just had the trailer parked here. They've been staying in the house with us. But we'll get them hooked up. We're expecting rain for a couple days, so I don't want them out here trying to hook this thing up in the rain. We'll get her done right now. All right, we got Dave and Stephanie all hooked up, ready to roll out in the morning. But instead of getting back to work, we're going to go to lunch because it's lunchtime. And it's their last day here, so I thought I'd take them out to lunch. We're going to go to Secret Garden. So about 1.5 miles west of Myrna, Nebraska on Highway 92, you'll see the sign out here by the road that says Secret Garden. That's where you turn north. It's right up here. So we have arrived. It's a little boutique back here behind the main residence. They're open every day in May. Usually they're only open about once a month, and then the winter time, like around Christmas, I think they're open every day in December as well. So we'll take you inside. So we're here inside the secret garden. They've got all kinds of decor stuff, some antiques, but lots of cool things in here. Most of it for sale. We'll give you a little tour here. A lot of farmhouse type stuff.
All right, so the 2754.
This is yours. I have the chicken and the mango.
There we go.
Mango banana strawberry.
And those are called.
Okay.
Love this old hutch here.
Perfect. They're included in your card.
I like the hutches that have the countertop like that.
All right, there you go. Thank you. Okay, so.
Another cool old hutch. They've got Sugar Shack candles here, every flavor you can imagine. Let's see if they have Kelly's favorite. Let's see, rosemary and sage. That is Kelly's favorite candle there. They have the little melty things too, and then the little candles and the big candles.
Good to know.
They have all kinds of different local jams and jellies. Everything from rhubarb to peach to watermelon, strawberry, Mountain Dew jam, apple cider jelly, spiced pear, sandhill yucca. Never had that. And we even had some corncob jelly we bought here one time. But they got some Watkins products. I buy the black pepper sometimes when I'm out and I'm here and I know that I need it. Now this time of year she has all of her plants. She's got the greenhouse open. That's why she's open every day in May, because it's planting season here in Nebraska in May. But every flower you can imagine and plants. She used to have vegetables, but I don't know if she still does that. I think she's had her lady that did her vegetable plants went out of business or something. But she's got all the ornamental stuff you can imagine. Kelly pre-orders all of her flowers that she uses for her hanging pots and all of that. She puts in a pre-order, and I think her order's ready. So when Kelly's off one day, we'll come down here and pick up Kelly's order. Got roses and perennials and annuals. Everything you need. Lots of pots. They've even got pots outside all lined up, different sizes. She's got a selection of air plants. These plants don't need any water or anything. They get what they need out of the air. And then you can just put them in containers and they just grow. I made her this box here that she's using to store these in. But super cool stuff. So this is lunch. I got a ham and turkey pita sandwich with Swiss cheese and Colby. We're gonna give the chips to the chickens. Courtney, who works here, actually turned me on to this low-carb mocha that's really good. I didn't know if I was going to be able to get a drink because I'm on a diet, but it's super good. They've got cranberry white chocolate scones, so Dave and Steph are getting one of those. All right, we had a nice visit here at the Secret Garden. Dave liked the scones so much that he got 4 to go. So apparently those are good. I didn't try one though. So we're going to head home, and actually I'm going to stop on the way home and get some steel for my wagon project. So we'll see you at home. So we are back home. We stopped and got the angle iron for the bottom of our wagon here. And I've got 40 feet of it, so we got plenty to do both sides. We don't need the front because it's got a rib already. And then the back here will have that channel iron that goes across. So we'll have enough to do not only the sides, but we can have enough to do our opening here as well. So I think I'm going to get those things scarfed off while it's on the tractor. And then once that's done, I'm going to move our blade here that we're got another project going with it. And then I think we're going to put the wagon in the shop because it's only 10 feet long. And I've cleared out a spot here in our bay to roll it in because we need to get out of the wind to do the welding. So doing it in there will work much better. And then I can use my hoist to pick up on the side if we need to pick it up to get the angle iron in. It's going to work a lot better. So let's get at this piece here. Got the one on the end cut off. So now we just need to cut these two loose, and then the rest of this pan will be separate. We can get rid of it and just save these pieces. Starting to rain. Hopefully I can get this piece off before it gets too crazy out here. Okay, we got our last piece cut off of there. So we'll move this stuff off to the side. I'll probably cut this in half right now so we can get it ready to go in the truck at some point and take into town, but not today. And then we can work on getting our wagon in the barn. Well, we got it cut in half, so we'll throw both of these on our forks here. We'll dump them out back where we have some other metal we need to take in, so it's not an eyesore up here on the front. And then we got to come back, move our scraper parts, then we can get our wagon in. Okay, Dave went in to take a nap when we got home, so I just took our wagon up to the front of the tractor there to our hitch, and we'll push this thing into the shop. Should go fairly easy. Well, that wasn't too bad. Now we're going to bring the tractor over with the front loader. We'll load these two pieces up, save them for later because we could probably find uses for those. Okay, we got the trailer wagon in the shop. Got more room than I thought we were going to have in here. I can walk completely around this thing. There's two reasons I wanted to get it out of the wind. One being with the MIG welder, you can't be out in the wind. It'll blow your shielding gas away, and then it'll screw your welds up. And two, the wind was already starting to move this thing around because it's completely unsecure. So it's like a giant sail. So it's a little wobbly right now because all the stiffeners are off of it. But as soon as we get this angle iron cut and put in there and weld it up, we'll get everything squared up before we get too crazy welding things. And then we'll get this stiffened back up. We also have to fix this joint here. This joint, the way it's attached right now, allows the front axle to swivel independently of the rear axle back there. So we're going to square this thing up and level it, and the best way to do that is get back and look. Like right here, we're fairly level, but we'll get in the front, we'll level this front with the back, and then once that matches, we can weld that center. We're going to run a good bead all the way around that and fix it tight before we get this thing out on the road. Now this isn't going to travel down the road because it's not designed for highway use, because there's no kind of suspension or anything like that. So this will get hauled on a trailer to parade locations where we're going to use it. Now just around the farm it's fine, or a couple miles down the road wouldn't hurt anything, but I wouldn't want to take this on the highway because the tires aren't really highway tires and stuff, so it'll get moved on the trailer. So I think we're going to wrap it up because we're going to take Kelly to dinner for her birthday and enjoy the rest of our time with Dave and Stephanie before they leave early in the morning. But next time you come back, we'll be getting these angle irons put in. We'll start probably cutting our walk through. We'll probably make our step and start getting this thing ready to go, because it won't be long. This wagon will be in a parade with people in it. We'll have benches down both sides over here where this comes down. We're going to make brackets, like I told you before, that just bolt in here, flat iron brackets, that we can bolt the wooden bench to. And then I think we're also going to do a wooden floor. So that wooden floor will match the wooden bench. We'll have a 2-inch ledge here when that angle iron gets put under there. And then we'll put a couple crossbars and we'll lay like, 2x6s are in here. We'll go with pressure treated because this will be out in the weather. But that's the plan. We'll get this thing cleaned up also. We'll just put a farmer paint job on it. We're not going to worry about going crazy with sanding and all that. We'll shoot some Rust-Oleum paint on it and it'll kill some of the rust. And like I said, farmer paint job is all we need. So till next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. Come back and see us here at Markelly Farm. We're having a blast.